CJ.
That was me, CJ, and to help elevate others, I'm making this video to take prospective students and thrill seekers through one of medical school's hardest weeks yet. This is orientation week. Couple things before we dive right in. 1, I'm not sponsored by the school, so these opinions are my own and do not represent theirs. 2, I'm not the best vlogger and blurred a lot of people in the videos out, with the exception for Instagram photos. 3, feel free to comment any questions you may have about the school and I'll do my best in getting them answered for you. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Day 1, we started at 9 a.m, but they served coffee and donuts beforehand. Thanks. We got a welcome speech not shown in this video for time's sakes, and a tech orientation to ensure everyone knows the school's required softwares and devices, but we already assigned this beforehand, so we essentially did it twice. Then we had a third of the class take a minute to introduce themselves with slides we had to prepare before the week. Some shyness in the room, but everybody I met was super cool. On the way to lunch. I'm not used to doing this. Just got done, we're heading out to lunch. First section was technology requirements, stuff like that. But yeah, we're headed out to lunch and coming back. I'll be doing my introduction to the class. Hopefully trying to record that, but we'll see though. So yeah. For lunch, we had salad. Definitely living that health professional lifestyle. 1:30 p.m., we continued meeting the next third of our classmates. This is how mine went. Okay, for real though. What's up? My name's my name is Christian James. I also go by CJ. As you can see, I do a little bit of social media. So yeah, that's a picture of me at graduation. I went to UW's Tacoma campus. I graduated in June, so I had a 1-month summer break, and best believe I spent that time traveling as much as I could. I'm lying, I'm broke. Yeah, that 1 month was, so I was on from Spanaway, Washington, and again, so that QR code is a link to my YouTube channel. Very shameless plug. My goal is to push the boundaries of preventative healthcare, so social media is one of those platforms. Eventually using that as attempting to promote public health knowledge and correct medical misinformation. I made a very highly detailed button there to say subscribe. Yeah, come support me if you want, and I do follow back on everything, so don't worry about it. 2 p.m. after my introduction was made, I interviewed some classmates to see how they were feeling. How excited are you for medical school?
I'm really excited, but also really nervous. But I think it'll be a good time. I'm sure everything will work out.
Cool.
I'm super excited to build lasting bonds with my classmates and to learn.
I'm pretty excited, a little bit nervous because I'm a first generation student. I'm really excited to meet all these new people and start medical school. I'm not very excited for the work.
Yeah. Valid. Definitely more human than I originally imagined medical students to be. 2:15 to 4 p.m. our student government came in and did a Q&A and introduction, gave tips and talks, and I stayed after to continue a conversation into the medical student lounge where they had pictures of all students in the year above us and got on the social media team through this, which will come into play later. We ended day 1 at 4:30 p.m. Now I'm gonna speed up the days and only highlight the main parts. Let's go. Day 2, 9 a.m. again, and there was almost no shyness, and we finished meeting the last third of the class. One resource from today was about community service or service learning projects, and one I thought was cool was a mobile van / street medicine experience.
Inside the van, it's pretty cool. It's got actually an exam table, small sink.
Before we had the van, we would just go out and our group with our backpacks of supplies. Now that we have the van, we have more supplies, more access, more privacy.
Pizza for lunch. Now this is much more realistic for aspiring health professionals. Then we went back outside to meet our college groups. These are the hospital groups that we'll be with for the first 2 years. We did a bunch of team-based games where we optimized solutions. No spoilers though, very fun day. Once we got back, we met with some of the more executive people, including the CEO of the hospital and dean of the medical school, Dr. Dellett, who I had the pleasure of meeting with one-on-one to talk about a future medical business. Very bright and personable guy. Not sponsored, by the way. Day 3, quickest day yet. 9 a.m. resources, 12 p.m. banh mi sandwiches, I think. 1 to 3 p.m. photos for hospital badges and sign up for white coats. Day 4, 12 p.m. fire, food, nice view. 1:15 p.m. a student panel, but now with 3rd and 4th year medical students, more personal conversations about life as medical students, since it was becoming more relevant to us that we'd be like them 1 week from now. Travel time. 3 p.m. we went to do bowling as a cohort. Very chill as no one was super good, at least I thought, until I started playing air hockey and was forced to team up with a classmate to face air hockey legends. We lost, by the way. Day 5 was a Saturday and there was an optional biking gathering at 8 or 9 a.m. around Seattle, but I didn't go. You may be wondering, what do you do if you don't go? Well, for me it was figuring out how on earth do you make these.
I got you, fam.
5 p.m. there was a celebratory gathering at a doctor's house. This was the first thing I made for the social media team, which is why I was put first. Sorry though, full video can be found on Instagram, linked in the description. Around 8 p.m. some classmates and I went to Bruce and Brandon Bruce Lee's grave. Rest in peace. Day 6, 9:30 a.m. More resources, this time on resilience and mental wellness because they know med school is hard and we need to cry. And then we all went to the gym where people did rock climbing, cycling, and yoga. There was an extra option to just do your own thing. You may be wondering though, what do you do if you don't go to the other activities? Some went to the weight room, but I chose basketball. This is probably the first time I touched a basketball in 2 years ever since I became an academic weapon in undergrad. Day 7, 10 a.m. financial aid session. Everybody had questions because tuition. 1:15 p.m. we talked about core values of a physician in that room with like 20 TVs in it. And then we had our first official assignment for med school. I want to push the boundaries of preventive healthcare, not only as a primary care physician, but as a social media guru and hopefully someone who helps innovate a healthcare system. I essentially say this to say that the healthcare system that we see today does not need to be the healthcare system that we see 20 years from now. Thank you for listening. Peace. Yes, I shamelessly left that in there. Day 8, 1 p.m. was a stethoscope ceremony. Our stethoscopes were sponsored by the school's alumni. Thank you, alumni. We then heard speeches from several doctors congratulating us and giving us words of wisdom. Here's some highlights.
Pleasure to welcome you all here today as we come together to celebrate the class of 2028 completion of orientation in their first week of medical school. Come on, let's get the hands together for that.
I want to congratulate you on your admission to medical school and the beginning of this really exciting journey to becoming a physician.
I'm an E91, graduating in 95. It's pretty hard to imagine. I did bring my first year med school stethoscope. I still use it. It's getting pretty old. It has lots of character, but I hope 30 years from now you will have the same stethoscope like I have mine.
I was sitting out here 48 years ago this month. You're likely to be the first medical school class that went through the entire arc of training with AI, and that's going to change and influence what you do. But I'm also going to recommend that you hold on to RI, which is real intelligence.
Next is Christian CJ James.
More pictures of everyone. Hey, there's my college group. The day directly after was our first day of classes, but I'm keeping this in because it was super interesting to go through because we didn't start out with anatomy or science like you'd imagine. We talked about ethics and racism, which I thought was unique because they actually take time to address systemic problems running in medicine. We had close-knit and deep conversations that were pretty personal but also confidential, so no more words on that. And then we started diving into the hard sciences. But if you watch other schools' orientations, you might be wondering, where's the white coat we signed up for? Well, you have to do the entire first block. You have to go through a week-long clinical skills orientation, go through another ceremony, hear more speeches, and then... Okay, I hope this is focused. Thank you for watching to the end. If you want to see how the white coat ceremony went, stay tuned for the shorts. As it comes up, go ahead and look for that on my channel. Thanks for tuning in to the end. Take care, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, you know what to do. Peace.